The time is 8:23 a.m. Saturday, August 3rd, year 2024. I just returned back from the bathroom in a decrepit, disgusting terrorist ISIS Muslim compound. That was the fourth pee poo since 6. I woke up. At 6:45 a.m. Fourth pee poo. I started going pee poo at about 7:15. They just hit me when I started moving around. I really enjoy how the enemy, the U.S. population, is basically in civil war. There's like 48% U.S. citizens like myself. I am a U.S. citizen that are really basically have their morals, have their ethics. There's a bottom line, there's a red line. They just, dude, what are you doing in front of kids? They all ask the same question, me too. I'm really liberal. If anyone's noticed, I'm so liberal. Oh yeah, if you look at what I say and write over the years, I'm pretty liberal. I'm not a total religious conservative. But then I have this religious conservative side. Okay, each to his own. But when it comes to the greater good, the social contract, ideologies are of mine on a liberal tone. Pretty liberal. But I have a bottom line and a red line too. And you know what it is? Mine, how I measure that is, dude, what are you doing in front of the kids? Dude, what are you doing and saying in front of the kids? That's how I measure that. Dude, what are you doing to the kids? You do that in front of your kids? The rest of the U.S. population, 62%, just doesn't care. They do anything and say anything in front of the kids. They'll do anything to their kids. They're having incest with their kids. Yeah. All those constant headlines you see of child rape, what do you think they're doing to their kids and their own kids? What do you think? What do you think goes on in the rooms of actual clinical, trained, good-hearted, sound of mind psychotherapists that treat child abuse? What do you think goes on in their patient clinic offices? What do you think they're treating people for? Some of it is so horrible to hear. It's incest, it's child rape, it's serious clinical issues. There's a range that a good therapist will have. Is like 1 through 5, Incest, child rape is 5, it's bad. Locking kids in a little pen and throwing bananas at them like they're a monkey locked in a cage, that's a 5. But if you're anywhere in the range of 1 through 5, you need to get, a clinical trained psychotherapist for childhood abuse. Is some of the worst age your brain developing as a human. You can inflict abuse on a human being is a childhood. That's it. We're done. You're toast. You really gotta work this stuff out that happened to you when you were a kid, or you're never gonna function in society. And the 62% of the United States just doesn't care about that, but they think they're taking over the world. No, what's gonna happen is they're all gonna die off so fast. You're not going nowhere. You're not doing nothing, 62% of the Americans. I know you believe whatever you want. You're biting people's fingers on airplanes. You're touching yourself every day on airplanes. I know that. I know that. My report to finish. I'm going to try to cram it in 14 minutes. This is video number 2. The poison yesterday, after I had to go off radar, made me go pee poo about 3 more times throughout the day. And then by the time I cooked my fried chicken, which I've really gotten good at. I'm proud of myself as a chef. Fried chicken is actually not easy to make. I made fried chicken and a side dish for myself, thanks to the War Heroes, okay? And as soon as I came back into my extra room, I was hit with really nauseous gas. And I started just flagellating, like ungodly, unholy flagellation. I'll never forget it. We're going to bypass it. But to give my 4 viewers an idea, a scale of 1 through 5 of hell on earth flagellation, I had it. I had 4, pushing 5. Like unnatural, unholy. What the heck is going on? And before the flagellation, I was grabbing at my stomach and I was saying out loud, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. Oh my God, they poisoned me again. All these type of statements I was making in my extra room and my main room, just running around, grabbing my stomach in complete and utter pain. For my 4 viewers, the pain on the threshold level was a fucking 4. It was bad. There's 4 and 5, like, that's it. ER, like something's wrong with you. Like you need to go. It's 4 and 5 is, if it wouldn't have stopped that kind of pain, you'd call an ambulance or something. You'd go to the doctor. You wouldn't wait because the pain won't stop. But it does stop because the poison disintegrates. It goes away in the air. And I'm not in contact with it, so then the pain does stop. It like every time it goes through my body, and I basically, what I can gather is I wash it out. And some of the washing out, in my terms, is through diarrhea. And I urinate it out. I strongly believe I'm peeing a lot of the poison out. Now, I'm a sober person. I don't drink anymore. It's been like 15 years or something, right? So I sit around and drink water all the time. So I think this is good. I think it helps. Now, I am still being poisoned in here all by myself. So I don't know what to think. I'm just in here coming to my own conclusions. No civilized doctor wants to ask me about this, and no good guys who make it so I can cook my food by 9 o'clock at night. No good guys can get in here to talk to me and clear me and say, okay, you can say this, you can say that on YouTube. Because what's going on in here is so serious. I know I can't just blab and blabber it all on the internet. It is that serious. So I had to go off radar. They kept poisoning me. All right. And then they did a really good number on me last night. I won't forget it because I'm talking about it so much. It was so painful. The gas, everything. I didn't have to race to the bathroom. I'm really lucky because it was late at night. Once it gets to those hours around here in this compound, I'm not at liberty to talk about stuff. But yeah, and then I can say this. Within about 20 minutes of the gas attack last night, there was so much going on in the compound that helicopters came with their strobe lights. So I'm telling you, these Navy guys, this is what I'm calling them. Call them whatever I want, okay? They're not kidding around with Donald Trump, with Biden, with Netanyahu. They're not kidding around. Name it. The Saudi Royal Arab Mafia. They're not kidding around. We know what you're doing here. This whole town that likes to walk around and think this is so cool and groovy to have a fucking chemical weapons compound of gas, lethal, toxic, military grade gas. You're so cool, huh? Let's stick our tongue out. She's on the porch. Let me pose naked. Let me take all my clothes off and get naked on the camera. Look, people, all the women do here is pose naked. Like every one of them's naked. It's really every day is this onslaught of naked women. It gets a little old. It does. It's what it's creating is you're gonna have a fetish for a woman who wears clothes. This is barbarians. You get my point? All the women running around naked, and the fetishes are now. A man has a fetish for a woman who wears clothing. It's a fetish. I don't have word. My word recall is gone. Yeah. That's a taboo. You have a taboo fetish because you want the girl to wear clothes. They're fucking done here. The 62% is so fucking toast. And I'm being gassed yesterday to no end. And this morning, I got a few minutes left before I'm 14 minutes on my video here, a testimony video, which is video number 2 because I was poisoned on video number 1. So far this morning, I have gone pee-poo 4 times. The extra room with the video that I filmed, video number 1, when I announced I was being poisoned, when I walked into the extra room, I grabbed at my gut, and by the time I walked in there, I had seconds to race to the bathroom. They are now filling up the chemical gas in my extra room. I can deduce this with definitive. It is definitive. It is in that room and is coming into my main room, I believe. So maybe not definitive. Through the door. The door is open. I'm trying to cram this all into 2.5 minutes. My room to the main room and extra room, that door is open. But I really can't say definitively that is how it's getting into my main room. I suspect strongly, almost in conclusion, that is how. When I walked in on film, I said I gotta race to the bathroom. When I walked into my extra room, I buckled over. It was so intense. It's the exact same gas, exact same scenario that I reported yesterday. It just happened again at the time I've stated on both of these videos. It just happened again. I went racing into the bathroom. I pee-pooed 2 times. It was in my bathroom by the second flush. They started filling it up. And I come back into my extra room. This is how I did it 4 times. And it was so strong in my extra room, I couldn't even stay in here. No, my hand to God. I couldn't stand very long in my extra room. I stood, after opening the door and entering into my extra room, I stood for about 20 seconds and had to run out. The gas was so strong, and I ran straight back to the bathroom, and that was my 4th pee-poo. All right, America, go ahead and get naked today and take some photos, put them on your social media, put them on your media magazines and everything, and go look at yourself. And while you're doing that, don't forget to touch yourselves and do really disgusting stuff, and then talk about how you touch yourself. And don't forget that the Pope at the Vatican told you to.